Hi there, I'm Construction Gamer and this is Metropolis on City Skylines. This is going to be episode number 24 in the series, and in this episode we're finally going to start to build the university that I've been talking about for a long time. I just wanted to make sure we had a good population to support the university, because once you start adding all of the campus DLC assets, then it really does become, the university does become really big, so you do need a good population and a good amount of income profit each week to support the university as well. So I think we're in that situation now. We've got a piece of land already set out for the university where I'd like it to go. In the last episode we built this oil refinery with the industries DLC. I've done a little bit to it off camera, so I've added some industrial zoning around it just to fill out some of the blank spaces, and a couple of offices as well, because you need offices, like support offices on a refinery such as this. I've also built a junction here to connect it to the highway. I have put a toll road on here as well, just adds as a little bit of a fake security gate, because it would be a high security area coming into a refinery. I think we did the fencing on camera, and this as well. I've had to upgrade this road here to an avenue. It was getting a little bit busy coming down here, so that's upgraded. I've added another road, which all this is really, it's not being heavily used, but I have built a quarry, which I said I might do in this episode, but I got a bit carried away building this. What I wanted to do is get to level 5 and build a nice big quarry, but we're not. I think we're level 4 now. But what I wanted to do anyway was get some metals being produced to send to the big factory here, which is the petroleum refinery, which requires metals, so that's being supplied now, and that's producing 5,500 profit, so that's not too bad. I think in general we are total profit for this week is 26,000, so that's not too bad actually. So we're getting metals over to there, and that's what this road is for basically, is just to get metals from these metals production facilities over to where it's needed more than anything else. And I've also put a cargo terminal in here as well, just to get some raw materials out. This can actually, no, which one can it go to? It can't go to this one because I think that's a bit too close anyway. It wouldn't be any point, but I have put a really big curve in here to come over to here. Now I don't think, actually thinking about it, because this is wooden farm, that it really needs to, but I just thought I'd connect those two together anyway, just in case there's some freight that wants to be moved within the city itself. So it's always good to have connections to each of the cargo rail terminals if possible. It wasn't possible, it possibly is possible, but I don't think it's needed, so I've left that one there. And traffic's not flowing too bad, it's a little bit busy around here. Maybe it would benefit from an asymmetrical road there. I don't think, no, it doesn't need one there, but maybe just an asymmetrical road there, possibly, just to improve the flow a bit. But yeah, considering this whole side of the map is industry, I don't think it's the actual traffic isn't horrendous. I think with having the freight terminals, it's helping with the flow a little bit, and we do have this junction as well, which is obviously getting products from the oil refinery straight onto the highway and out to the outside connections. So there we are, that's all that. I think this part of the map, this kind of side, is almost finished. We've got this little bit. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. I think definitely need another northern suburb, expanded Gunnersbury Park just a little bit, just to get the population up again, because we did have a little bit of a demand for residential, so I've expanded the suburb over here, and I think this whole section possibly might be a suburb as well, but I'm not too sure yet. But what we're doing in this episode is the university. So I've already had this section already kind of marked out with a standard district, but before you start you do need to mark it out with university district in order to mark out that area and put the buildings in, otherwise it won't let you place them. So the university campus district is on the very end here, so we just mark this out. I mean, I didn't have to get rid of that standard district actually. With the industries, the park life and the campus DLC, you can overlap with a standard district, but I think I prefer to have them separated if possible, maybe with a little bit of an overlap, but not too much, because otherwise I think it does start to look a little bit messy. So I'm trying to get it as nice, using the road guides they're using the roads as a guide rather to try and make this. Actually, no, saying that, get rid of that, and then we will have it just. If you use this, no, we've already. It is tricky, but it does help to make some of the districts look a little bit tidier using the roads. And no, we don't want to do that, do we? We just want to follow the highway around a little bit, and it's not, yeah, and then I think we'll snap it to here as well. Now, one thing I did purchase actually, and I keep forgetting to check, is I purchased the University Content Creator Pack. Is it by Mr. Mason, I want to say? Possibly. And I'm not sure if you have to turn it on or not, if the buildings just appear. You know, I think that's something I am actually going to quickly check. Because normally with the Content Creator Packs, they changed, well, they didn't change it, but they've made it so you have to turn them on in the, is it styles, on the actual main menu. So just going to finish this district here. So I think that is going to be big enough for a campus, a university, more than big enough, but hopefully big enough anyway. We'll just keep it campus area because I haven't decided on a name yet. But yeah, it's one thing I'm just going to check before I go any further, because I would like to investigate the actual content creator pack for this. Okie dokie, so I've just had a quick look, and no, you don't turn it on via the styles, via the content manager section, so I'm not entirely sure. I'll click on a district, but before I do, just need to say that it is by King Leno, of course. I should never guess who the creator is. I should always double check these sort of things. So yeah, King Leno did the campus asset content creator pack. Now you can't turn it on here, so I'm assuming they just kind of spawn. It just adds an extra, I think, an extra 30, 34 or 35 commercial, an extra 35 residential buildings that just kind of must spawn low density commercial buildings. So I don't think, although having said that, I think this, if I dezone this area here, I mean, it's not, I don't know, it's not going to spawn the buildings, is it? I think it is just pot luck if the buildings spawn, but we will actually around here just do some low density commercial buildings on this border between the city and the university. So I'll put a few there. I think I will leave that for now. I'll put those back. You never know, we might get some of the buildings spawning, or there might be another way for them to actually spawn. But before we do any of that, I just need to connect some of these roads up. Now, the actual campus DLC, a lot of it relies on paths, pavements to actually connect the buildings up, but we do have a number of important roads which connect different things together. So it is going to have roads intersecting it, and it's going to have a tram as well to get the students into the university. Now, let's just, I'll have a think about that, but what do I want to do? I want to upgrade that to one way. That should be going round like that. Now, where do I think the university will start in this sort of area, and what I was going to do was, in the last build, in the Celtic City build, what did I use? I think I used the trade school, because I quite like the trade school buildings, so they had some quite modern looking buildings in it, but I've already built a trade school, so I'm thinking I'm going to let's build a liberal arts college. I know the buildings are a lot more classical. It's not really my cup of tea, to be honest, but I think for something different we will just use those buildings. I think we need to get rid of that road, and what we want first of all is a nice entrance into the university. We don't just want it on the main road, so let's something like that, and maybe we can actually do a little mini roundabout. I don't know how the building is going to sit on that, but if we do 60 on each of these arms, see if that'll let us build a roundabout onto which we can put the main campus building, which we need to place before we start anything else. So yeah, you do want a nice entrance leading into your university. This is where the people will arrive, and it's gonna be a bit tricky, but hopefully we can kind of join onto it. And what we're looking for is, if we come down, yeah, we just wants to be a nice right in the center there. That's all right, I think. Yeah, I think we'll have that. And then I guess this road is a bit of an issue actually now, isn't it? Because it kind of cuts right through the university. So where are you? I've deleted the node now. That's going to make it tricky. So if we bring it round, the students will have to cross this road, I think, but I think it is needed, possibly. It needs to go to somewhere anyway, so we'll have it coming into there like so. Yeah, so we've got the main building in. Let's have a look what else we've got. So we've got the liberal arts dormitory, the study hall, and liberal arts groundkeeping, drama club. And that's it for now, because we need to unlock these as we go along, because we are playing on vanilla and we don't have everything unlocked. Can I just connect? Can I connect a little bit of a path? It is connecting, but it's doing that. It looks a bit ugly. Can I do that maybe? Make it look a little bit nicer? I don't know. That's not particularly attractive either. So I think we'll have another go at this road, I think, just to because once it's in, you know, that's it. We need to get it right first time, hopefully, if we can. And I just want it nice and yeah, like that. That's better. Where are we going? Paths. So I'll use these from the correct one. Because I wanted it just to line up like that. Now what that does mean is it means that the students don't have anywhere to cross. So we're going to have to use this trick here just to put in a crossing. The trick is by originally, where I saw it is the Overcharged Egg YouTuber, and he did that, and it just creates a zebra crossing there. So that's somewhere for the students to cross into, like the next section. I know it's not ideal, but it's not wholly unrealistic, I don't think, to have roads intersecting a big, because especially in the UK, I'm thinking about Liverpool in particular, the university isn't one big kind of self-contained area. It's spread right across the city. Now we can't really do that. We can possibly do this by having a huge university area, but I think there is like a core in Liverpool. There's a core university section, but it's still intersected by main roads and things like that, and students do have to cross the road. So I don't think that's unrealistic. So we'll go again. Now we want to make use of some of this space. Now I don't know if I want to do a road or not. Do I want to do roads coming off here perhaps? I don't want it to be too road heavy, but I just think having the roundabout on its own wasn't completely realistic. Now I keep clicking on that to get the path, don't I? But we can use this. So if we have a path running up alongside, and then rather than having the buildings, so we'll have the dormitories. No, are these the dormitories? Yeah, they are. Can I get two in? No, I can't. That road is really an issue, but never mind. And you can have them on the road side actually as well. So I think we have the dorms over here, and I think I will actually have some low density commercial just there. I'll keep that clear because I want this to be tree lined, although said that we'll have it lined with the path actually, because that makes it look even nicer. You know, can't quite get it right to the end, but it's not the end of the world, and that just leaves a nice clear path looking up into the university. I know it's a bit shady here with the way I can actually change that with, I do have, some people probably maybe have noticed, I do have unlimited eye candy, but that's just to take screenshots and for some of the cinematics as well. I'm not using it in game during gameplay because I did promise to make this a 100% vanilla build. So that's the dormitories. What else have we got? We've got the study halls. Let's have a look at that. Study hall again can be alongside the road. I'm a bit aware, I don't want to condense it all together, but there are, if you look here, there are a massive amount of buildings to unlock. And what's that? The School of Education. Don't know what that is. We'll check that out in a minute. And then what have we got? We've got the groundskeeping building. We'll put that on there, and the drama club. Yeah, because you can see already we've only put a few buildings down, and it has taken up quite a big chunk of the land. So we can get them all kind of crammed in together. And what I want to do as well, actually, is we'll give them. I know we do have the varsity sports buildings to put in, but we'll give them some basketball courts, I think, and maybe even a skate park just for a bit of decoration inside it. And then the rest of it will be, actually we'll draw a line. I just want this whole entrance to be, or this, yeah, it is the entrance to it, to be lined with trees to make it look really attractive. So we will try and keep the commercial buildings to about there, I think, just to give us space to plant plenty of trees. And actually, having said that, we'll just put in a path just leading in from, I can't quite connect it. Is that done a little connection? Yeah, there is a connection there. Do we need a connection across here? Possibly. Yeah, I think we want as many connections as possible in order for students to be able to walk to the university itself. So we'll get that in there, if we can. Yeah, what we want to do is encourage as much walking as possible into the university. Yeah, that's letting us do that. That's good. And then just into there. That looks probably do a little bit better than that. I think we'll maybe do it by eye. No, that's done it completely wonky. Right, get rid of that. Into about, maybe if we turn all guides off, try and do it by freehand. So we want it to go to about there and then straight to about there. And actually looking at this path here, I'm just wondering if doing it freehand without snapping is probably the better option, because it allows you, because there is there's like a little bit of an overlap where it won't let you place it. So if you get the circle right up to the road as close as possible without touching it, just so there's a little tiny gap, without touching any buildings either, and then right up to there, it just looks, hopefully it's going to look better with the path, the actual path itself leading as close to the road as possible. So that's a lot better. And obviously this is all going to be trees. Now I haven't done anything with this tram, have I, yet? So I think we'll have a look at that next. Now for the tram, I don't usually like to cross roads if I can help it with the tram tracks, but I think in this particular instance we might actually have to, just because what I was thinking, I want to bring the tram as close to like the main administrative office as possible, just because students, like everyone else, have to travel to get to the university, like the Sims have to travel to get to work and to leisure. So I think if I bring this in, no, we don't want those on, do we? Want road guides off. Bring it in because we don't want it to go through too much of the land which we want for our university. Maybe straight for a little bit, but at the same time I don't want it to be too close to the junction, because the cars are going to have to stop to give way for the trams, which are going to come into here. And then what they're going to do, they're going to come in, I think that needs to be on a curve, doesn't it? Yeah, I think if you make use of this little section here, I think we're going to, this whole section is going to have to be, or is it? Yeah, this whole section here is going to have to be a tram turnaround. So if you use the one way, so the tram's going to be coming down, use one way section for about, come on, let me do something. You want want it to be something like that, and then curve it in. Might be able to get away with placing something in this area, but I doubt it actually looking at it, but not to worry. I think having the tram system is probably more important than having somewhere to build something. I think we've got plenty of space anyway, that's what I'm trying to say. So just curve it in a little bit like that. It's not, can we do better than that? There must be a better solution than that, I think. Could bring the trams round, but that just mean, yeah, actually saying that is not, if we bring the tram down, what do we want to do? We want to upgrade. Still got our zebra crossing in there. This needs to be two-way, and then the one-way tram leading up there like that. Now we do already have a tram service in place, so if we bring this right into the university, I think we'll have a tram stop here. Now what I want to do for this is have a little bit of road. Now what this road does is it makes some shelters for the tram stop, but it also puts the zebra crossings in as well. Otherwise the people wouldn't be able to get it, because they don't cross tram tracks like they don't cross roads unless there's a crossing. So we've got that in there. Now it does make the university look a little bit fragmented, but like I said before, with like kind of Liverpool in mind and stuff, it's not wholly unrealistic, I don't think. So at least we have the tram line. Let's just double check that line. Got a stop there, that's fine. I think I want some more stops here, just the last stop before the university complex. I know they're a bit close together, but yeah, that's fine. We've got some residential buildings. Actually that's far too close. I think if anyone was going to come down, they'd probably walk, wouldn't they, to the university from there. Ooh, we're losing a little bit of money, but we don't need to. We've got 8.3 million in the bank, which is pretty good, I think. And we're going back to the university buildings. We're at level 1 at the minute. What we should do, actually, we've got the main university buildings in now. What we need to do is start looking at policies. So visiting scholars, campus hires various lecturers and scholars to teach the campus, affects all faculties in the campus area, increase faculty bonus by 25%, increase faculty upkeep by 25%. Universal, no, I'm not having free education, I don't think. Academic works. Now let's increase the budget. Oh, yeah, 1,000. I think that's a week as well, isn't it? Because what do we want to do? Let's do music, give a research grant, and then we can have some academic works, because they're important to getting the university to the next level. So we've got 500 students already, which is good. Campus attractiveness is not quite high enough yet, but we can soon change that. And then we do need 2 sets of academic works in order to progress to the next level. So for attractiveness, now what are we on? I think we're on 175. Now what I'm going to do, just an experiment, because I'm not sure, I think only buildings play a part in the attractiveness, but while we wait for the next level, I'm just going to plant loads of trees in the university area and just see if this actually makes any difference. I don't think it does, but I'm going to plant a load of trees in this area and then see if the attractiveness has actually increased any, because we do need to get that extra. We just need 25 more attractiveness points in order to increase to the next level and unlock the next set of buildings. So let's chuck a load of trees in. I'll do this and then we'll move on to see if this has actually done anything. Okie dokie, so I've played it forward a little bit after planting all these trees just to double check, because I wondered if academic works actually increase your campus attractiveness, but they don't, nor do trees. I didn't think trees increase the attractiveness, to be honest, but I just wanted to double check, and I wanted to make the actual campus, especially the entrance, more attractive, which I think it does with these trees. I've put a few of these Japanese thingies in, maples are they? I think so. Yeah, it looks a lot better. One thing, as I was planting trees and just taking a look around, I noticed some of the buildings. Now they have some, unfortunately these have leveled up, but there were some buildings around here. Are there any? Oh, there aren't any. There was like game shops, bookstores, different things like that, which are from the King Leno Asset Creator Pack. So, actually, we go down here, we've got a bookstore. We've got a couple of bookstores. What's that? That is a drone of some sort. And what else have we got? Another bookstore. Is that another? That's another bookstore. We do have a few bookstores, which I guess is good for a university district. So I'm guessing if you have the university district outlined here as we do, then the actual assets from that content creator pack actually spawn in the district, so you don't have to set it like you normally would with the default style. So you've got the European Suburban, the Modern City Centre. You can also put the vanilla European pack on as well, as far as I'm aware. I think that's for console as well. You can definitely do it on vanilla for the PC. So that's just one thing. So the pack does spawn in the correct locations. Yeah, another bookstore there. There were some others. There were like game stores and things like that as well. Just makes the university district just look a little bit more unique from the rest of the districts. Now, in order to increase our attractiveness, we're going to have to build some more buildings, aren't we? It's the only way to do it. I think the only two ways to increase attractiveness are to have more buildings and to actually win your varsity sports as well. Obviously we haven't got any varsity sports at the minute, so let's just take a quick look. So we've got university campus area, we're on, what are we on? Liberal Arts College, weren't we? So we haven't, what's that? Drama club. We've got a drama club, haven't we? We've built all the buildings. The only one we haven't built is this big one here, which is the School of Education. Now this is pretty big, isn't it? It is really quite big. You can see already we're starting to run out of space, even with this huge plot that we've actually put for the university. So actually, let's just take a look at that a minute. Can that go? No, I was just looking at that and thinking, can it go diagonally across there? That would have been nice, but it's just not going to fit, is it? But at the same time, I don't want it right along the roadside. So what we're going to do is have, where was that building going to? It was about there. So let's, actually, what path are we using? That one. Road guides off. So I think it was about there, wasn't it? Something like that. And now if we turn, again, we do the same. We keep angle on, bring that right as close to the road as we can get it. And again, just bring that right down. We might be able to get some smaller buildings there if we unlock any of the buildings, possibly. But I didn't want this right along the roadside. That's too close. Damn. Right, let's try that again. Just a little bit closer this time to the road. Hopefully still get some sort of buildings in that particular zone. If not, we'll just put some commercial zoning in there. Now don't want it to look like that. What I want it to look like is something a bit more like that, with the actual roads looking nice and even. Get rid of that one and that road there. So we do have a new building. So what we're looking like now for attractiveness, that should have increased. That has. We need another academic work. We're only a quarter of the way through the academic year so far, so we do need another academic work to get to that next level. But you can see, I think these two roads are definitely needed. So I think what I might do is I might lend some of this space here. Now that has been empty, that's empty. Should be able to get something in here. I'm not entirely sure what, but it does appear to be a nice big space. Now they're not very happy with me, are they? Because I deleted all that stuff. So if we put this little side street in here, we need a crematorium to replace the one that we got rid of. And do we actually need a fire station? Yeah, we do. So yeah, we'll have a fire station as well on this corner of the city. I mean, it's okay. Yeah, it's not the end of the world. And then I think what we'll do we have any varsity sports building? They're automatically unlocked and they're enormous. Okie dokie, so they're not going to fit in that little space, are they? I'm sure we'll find something to fit in that, but it's not going to be a varsity sports building. The varsity sports aren't even going to fit in this area here. We do have a little bit of a death wave, just need to open up some of these cemeteries again. I tend to have them on a cycle, so I'll have a couple emptying and a couple open, and if we get a death wave then I can open the ones that are emptying. Now I think I did delete that one there, didn't I? But I should be alright, I think. Yeah, I'll leave that for now. So I think what I might do actually, I'm just going to wait another academic year. I would like to just have a look at some of the buildings before I bring this episode to a close. So yeah, we'll speed the game up, should be alright. The computer's running fine with this, even with 90,000 population, which is good to see. Now, I've got two options here. I can either delete a lot of this city and increase and spread the university out, or I can actually have little pockets of the university. That's a big death wave, isn't it? Distracting me from the university building. I'll leave it for now, should be alright. But what we can do is we can actually, let's say for example, we've got this little bit here. What I can do is have a piece coming off like that. Now, just going to double check, can varsity sports buildings be built anywhere that's not in a university campus? Pretty sure. Space already occupied. These buildings are enormous. Right, just going to say you can put them down, but big but, I don't think that would help with the attractiveness of the university. So what I'm thinking is this whole it's going to be like a quarter of the city centre is going to be a university area. We've got industry there, so industries, you can overlap standard districts, but you can't overlap industry and park life with campus things. Yeah, you see there, it's getting rid of that. So I think I will just make this whole area here is like the university quarter of the city. Hopefully what that will do, I think, do I want to experiment? Right, so yeah, see, that's just dragged over the university name. That's a bit unfortunate really. If I have it so there are two, no, that's just, no, get rid of that. That's a little bit frustrating. I suppose I could build the varsity sports things. Let's build one, let's stop talking about it and just chuck one down. Now that's not going to have done anything. Yeah, you see it's not within the university district, which is a little bit frustrating. We are just only going to be able to have one varsity sports building, which cost a lot of money, and I didn't really want to put that down anyway. Right, get rid of that. And what we're going to have to do is all of this area here is going to have to be dezoned, unfortunately. I could spread the university out, but I just don't like the name being like miles away from where the actual university main complex is, so I'm going to try and keep it all together. So we are only going to have one varsity sports building, and I think what I will have is a track. See, I do like the aquatic centre, basketball. This is an international build, but I don't really, not a big fan of basketball or sports in general. Baseball, no, it's just I'm not feeling that. I like the aquatic centre. So this is a little bit drastic, I know, but I think it's the only way we're going to get this to work. Get rid of that for now and get rid of that school as well. What should we do with these buildings? Yeah, I've dezoned all that, haven't I? Can I just squeeze this in here? I can. Right, what I'll do is I'll extend the university district to encompass this area here, and I guess what it allows us to do is have some more of the university content creator pack buildings as well within this zone. So it's a bit of a mix of things, So I've done that. That's a bit more central now, so a bit happy with that. And then we're going to put in the big varsity sports arena, unpause the game and see what that's done. So our attractiveness has gone up dramatically, almost by 100 points of attractiveness, so that's good. So all we're waiting for now is the academic year, so I'm going to speed the game up a little. I already have. I'm going to wait for this academic year to finish, see if we get to the next level, have a quick look at the buildings, and then we're going to continue with this build. I think it's going to be a two-part build this, because it is there's quite a lot to do with the university, the campus DLC rather. Okie dokie, so we made it to level 2. We've got 2 academic works. For the next level we need another 2 academic works to make a total of 4, and we need to increase our attractiveness level to 450. So, but let's just take a look at some of the buildings that we've unlocked now with the Arts College. What have we got? We've already put that down, so we've got the outdoor study area, which again is another big building, a liberal arts gymnasium, which is a little bit smaller, but still, I think if we move the tracks around, the tram track around a little bit, we might be able to squeeze that in there. What else have we got? The cafeteria, which I guess actually that can probably, that's nice and small, so that can go, I guess, at the back of the main building. Chuck that down there now. What else have we got? Fountain, and we've got some others to unlock. We unlocked any of these? Like the ones on the very end are like the special buildings, I guess you'd call them. No, we haven't unlocked any more. So we've got a few buildings to do. I will try and resist the urge to do any more off camera, because I would like to build this whole thing as part of the series. But what I did do just while I was waiting for the academic year, and I've got this on 200%, which isn't good. I do have another mod. I know this is vanilla, but this is just for when I'm creating any cinematics, which is speed slider rather. But what I did do is I put some housing down. I just wondered if any of these are, I think they are, yeah, they look a little bit different than your average house. Some of them do anyway. And the, again, part of the asset, the content creator pack, yeah, I think that definitely looks different from the standard house for sure. So there we are. I'm guessing if you put down a university district and if you put any buildings within it, then I'm guessing they spawn from the content creator pack. That's my guess anyway. So it just makes the area look a little bit different from the rest of the city. Now I think we are only going to have one varsity sports building, because otherwise we're just going to be sprawling all over the place. Or having said that, we can use them as independent sports venues on their own right, so we might take a look later on at those. But before I wrap up, I did just want to look at the varsity sports. So this is the, what are we? Metropolis International College, isn't it? Does that rename? Yeah, it does. But what we've done there, we want to go on varsity sports. What do we want to do? So we want cheerleading budget. We'll have a nice cheerleader budget. Let's give them $250. What does that actually do? Funding cheerleading, increase varsity sports, chance of winning varsity sports match, which is good. And then I guess we want number of coaches. Actually, we need to keep an eye on that, because that really does. Each coach is $1,000 a week. So money situation is pretty good at the minute. So we'll have 2 coaches. We don't want to be team identity. I think we'll be the chirpers, and our team colour will be pink. That looks better, the blue and pink there, I think. And then I think we'll actually decrease the ticket price to $20. I think $30 for a varsity sports game is quite steep. I think $20 will be just fine. I'm pretty sure that when we win matches, that increases the actual university's attractiveness. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it does. So we've set out our varsity sports team, so we are just an aquatic sports team, and yeah, still got plenty of buildings to unlock and to place down. But we've made a good start anyway on this district. We might, possibly depending on how big some of the buildings we unlock are, we might have to just take a little bit more space possibly for this. I guess if I did redid some of these roads a bit, we might be able to get some more university campus buildings in. So we'll just see how we get on. So what have we got to get to? Attractiveness. Yeah, I'll leave it there for today anyway. I think we've got the basics of the campus down for now. So there we are. I'll leave it there for today and say until next time, bye bye.